The Book of Ezra describes one of the three attempts by the Israelites to rebuild their ruined cities. The children of Israel had been exiled in Babylon, and their cities had been destroyed and lay in ruins. The fall of Jerusalem was dramatic, and the Bible records in 2 Chronicles chapter 36 that the Babylonians killed the young men, young women, old men, and the aged. Only a remnant was spared, and they were instead taken to exile in Babylon. While their king, Nebuchadnezzar, carried away all articles from their temple, the attackers also set fire to God's temple, broke down the wall of Jerusalem, burnt palaces, and destroyed everything of value there. Nebuchadnezzar carried the remnant into exile in Babylon, and they became his servants, and the rest also became servants of his sons until the kingdom of Persia came into power. The overthrow of Nebuchadnezzar was another dramatic event, which had been prophesied by Daniel as he interpreted the writing on the wall, but that's a story for another day. In the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, in order to fulfill the word of the Lord spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, the Lord moved the heart of Cyrus, the king of Persia, to make a proclamation throughout his realm and to put it in writing, and this is what he said: "The Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and has appointed me to build a temple for him at Jerusalem in Judah. Anyone of his people among you, may the Lord his God be with him, and let him go up." 2 Chronicles 36 verses 22 to 23. There are 4 parts to the message in the book of Ezra: the prophecy, the process, the people, and the presence. The prophecy. Jeremiah, the weeping prophet, sent a letter to the exiles explaining and describing what the Lord expected them to do. Despite the fact that they had just been exiled and were in a foreign land, the Lord told them to build houses and settle down, plant gardens and eat what they produce, marry and have sons and daughters, increase in number and not to decrease. Jeremiah 29:5. 6. The Lord's message was simple: no matter the situation you find yourselves in, life must go on. I have seen young men who have given up on life. They have become a couch potato, just lying around looking miserable, instead of working hard to overcome their specific challenges. Some turn to alcohol to drown their sorrows, others to drugs, and some just do nothing. The Lord did not expect the Israelites to spend their time in exile mourning about their situation and circumstances, but instead they were to be productive and useful. Jobless. Individuals should volunteer to serve the communities they live in instead of doing nothing or engaging in negative behavior. Ron Canoli sang, "If you catch hell, don't hold it, and if you are going through hell, don't stop." The natural reaction for people going through difficult times is to mourn. In Psalms 137 verse 4, the psalmist asks, "How shall we sing the songs of the Lord while in a foreign land?" The Lord instead told the Israelites to build, settle, plant, eat, marry, and increase, and it therefore seems that the Lord wanted his people to prosper no matter their situation. This differs from man's approach, whereby one usually tries to ensure there is a user-friendly environment before undertaking such activities, and whenever situations are not conducive such. As when he is weak or poor, the weak will not say, "I am strong," neither will the poor say, "I am rich," unless they are walking by faith. It is also worth noting that the Lord says in Jeremiah 29 verse 4, "I carried you to exile," despite the fact the physical aggressor was King Nebuchadnezzar. The Lord was in essence saying that he was the one in control and not mankind, and that he was on his throne even when his people were attacked, killed, and exiled, and that there was nothing that had happened that was not within his powers to prevent. People often wonder where God is when bad things happen to them or their loved ones. In fact, the presence of evil, violence, bloodshed, and misery in the world is interpreted by some as evidence of absence of a loving or all-powerful God. The Bible, however, explains that a sparrow cannot fall from a tree without the Lord's knowledge, and according to King David, even if he made his bed in the depths, the Lord would still find him and be with him.